Hello, I'm Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring essential oils for protection. Now pretty much every essential oil can be protective for the body physically. They nurture us to regain balance and to fight off against toxins and all these different things that would have a bad effect on our body. But unless you're brand new to this channel, we're not going to dive in too deeply into the physical protection today. We're going to look at the metaphysical protection. For eons and eons, humanity has looked towards different things to protect them from evil forces or dark forces or forces that would drag us down in some way. Whether it be the evil eye, evil spirits, people wishing badly against you, whatever that may be, people have used different things. Essential oils and plants have been one of the most powerful tools in offering us spiritual or metaphysical protection. And that's what we're going to dive into in this video. Now, other references and guides may say that this oil is protective or this oil is protective, but as I hope you've started to learn by watching some of my videos, each oil has a different gift to give us, and thus the protection that different oils offer is different again. So what oil is good for certain protection or another one? That's exactly what we're going to dive into in this video, and I'm going to share 5 of my top oils that I would use for energetic protection. Salt and pepper is found on dining tables all around the world. And sometimes we just think of them as these kind of simple flavorings, but as spiritual tools, they're really amazing. We often use salt as a purifying agent. It really is. It's often white and it brings in that white light. But pepper can also be used as a protection agent as well. Just like we often reach for black crystals to absorb low vibration, unwanted energy, black pepper can be used the same. Now, of course, we can get black pepper essential oil, and this is a concentrated essence of the fruit of this plant. And so this can be really powerful for protecting you from any will or low vibration energies. Whether that be someone wishing ill on you, there being, negative energies around your space or your environment, or just wanting to give yourself an overall protection, black pepper is a really great essential oil to reach for. Now, how can you use this? Of course, you can use this in aromatic blends, in a diffuser, when you're wanting extra protection, or you can aromatically dress in it to give you an overall protective kind of shield, just like wearing black crystals, or, better still, do both at the same time. But one of my favorite uses is get a spray bottle with pure natural water. Now ideally get it from a lake or a stream or rain or the ocean, rather than distilled or boiled or anything like that hasn't been touched by human hands. It is coming direct from nature because it's really balanced and harmonized there. Put that in a little spritzer bottle and then grab that black pepper and put a few drops in, however many you're drawn to put in, whatever smells right to you. But I always like to go for magical numbers. 3s, 7s, 9s can be really good, whatever you're called to. And then spritz that around the house. Now you can do that inside the house or around the outside of the house. Or if you want a real concentrated protection, if you are worried about any negative energies, get that straight black pepper essential oil and actually put drops around the perimeter of your house or a space where you need protection. Blue Lotus is a divine smelling essential oil that has been honoured and used in many different cultures for thousands of years. It has also been used in spiritual practices, and one of them is for protection. Now, when we look at the plant that gives us an essential oil, it will give us a bit of a sign or a bit of an indication on what that oil will do. So, I want to ask you a little bit of a quiz with Blue Lotus, or any lotus flower in fact. If you were to take a Blue Lotus flower and pour 5 litres of vinegar on it, what would it smell like? Or maybe I could grab Chanel No. 5 or a fine perfume and pour that all over the lotus flower. What would it smell like? The answer? It would still smell like a lotus flower. Lotus flowers are aquaphobic. They repel other liquids. And so, how this translates to the essential oil of Blue Lotus is Blue Lotus essential oil helps you to be like that lotus flower, and when people throw vinegar at you in the way of criticisms, insults, or trying to drag you down, just rolls off you like water off a duck's back. Or if people try and give you compliments and flattery, embellishments, that doesn't affect you either. And sometimes people go, well, hold on, Adam, I need to listen to the good stuff because that's how I feel good about myself and it helps my self-esteem. However, There's a couple of things that can go wrong if we just start to listen to all those compliments all the time. First of all, we see what happens to the ego if we believe too much of the hype, and we see what happens with rock stars or sports stars. They go off the rails. Also, if we start listening too much to that flattery and that compliments, we start living our lives and changing who we are to please other people and to get more of the perfume and avoid any vinegar. So all of our behavior is based on what will get other people's approval. What we start to do, or we start listening to other people and we stop listening to ourselves. We lose contact with our own spiritual guidance. Blue Lotus protects us upon our path and protects our relationship with our guides. Whether you connect with ascended masters, star beings, angels, God, whatever that may be, Blue Lotus helps you to shield from other people's opinions and stops their opinions affecting who you are and your authentic self. It helps to keep you guided as well. Blue Lotus has historically also been used to protect against the evil eye, or which is basically the evil wishes or evil intent or evil projection sent towards you from other people as well. How I love to use Blue Lotus is simply by anointing myself. I love to anoint it on my third eye, over my heart, and sometimes on my arms and the backs of my legs as well, wherever you feel called to anoint it on. As you do that, visualize a violet or indigo cape enshrouding you and offering you that spiritual protection, not only protecting you, but allowing you to rise above all the rubbish and the density and all the junk that gets thrown at us in modern day life that doesn't need to drag us down necessarily. Blue Lotus will protect you from that and lift you above it. The gift we get from clove essential oil is stronger boundaries. It protects what is yours and stops people taking that, and also allows you to not take on other people's stuff. Now that can be on a physical level. If you're worried about theft and that type of thing, using clove essential oil can be used in that kind of defensive magic. But more so, it's really good for stopping you, people draining your energy or taking too much of your energy. For many of you that like things like crystals and essential oils like I do, we work in this energetic level and we're often dealing with people and dealing with their deeper stuff, their emotional troubles, their mental challenges, their spiritual rubbish and all that type of thing. And a lot of the time that can leave us feeling really drained. Working with clove essential oil can stop you from allowing other people from vampiring your energy away and leaving you feeling kind of suckered. It's really good for if you tend to take on other people's emotional stuff and it really kind of bothers you for days on end and drags you down as well. When other people maybe just simply in your house are in a bad mood and that drags you down and dulls your light, start working with clove. If you're a healer, clove is really powerful to make sure that you don't take on the energy of other people. If you're work in some kind of service industry, whether it be, I know when I used to work in a crystal shop, I had to explain to my partner, who at the time was working in a kitchenware shop, you're trying to find someone's asking you what saucepan is best to make an omelette, and I'm getting asked what crystal is best to help me deal with the fact that I found out my partner was sleeping with his receptionist. So when you're working in these spiritual kind of industries, or if you're a teacher, work in healthcare, education, any of these things where we're interacting with people and dealing with people and it can drain us, clove is really good for almost like putting these big barricades around you. Not so much that you're cold, but just being really clear. If you feel that you get taken advantage of and people drain you too much, whether it be people at work, your family or whatever, if you're an empath, then clove is a really, really powerful one for protecting you by giving you stronger boundaries and clarity on what you allow to come in and what you do not. Now, how do I like to use clove as a protective oil? Favorite ways, you can just aromatically dress in it or anoint yourself with it or spritz it in a bit of a spray, but I really like it on a piece of jewelry or somewhere where it can be worn over the center of you. So you can buy a different diffuser jewelry that will sometimes be made of lava stone or have a little bit of felt in it, and you can actually drop a few drops of your essential oil on it. So drop a couple of bits of clove on there and then wear that over your chest when you're out with people or where you're around people where you're worried about your boundaries being overstepped. What I found, the feedback from both my own experience and also other people as well, is I've found that really gives them strength and they still can compassionately help other people that have troubles, but they're not getting drained from it or feeling that they're taking it on and carrying it once that person is gone. The juniper tree is sacred to the goddesses Ishtar and Inanna, and the branches have been burnt and the smoke would smoulder around their temples to offer a protective and cleansing mist. Now, of course, we are gifted an essential oil from the fruit or the berries of the juniper tree, and juniper berry essential oil is amazing for protection on all different levels. I love it for the physical well-beings, but I also really love it for the spiritual well-being as well. Now, there's a couple of different ways that I really like this. First of all, we talked before about clove and taking on other people's stuff. Juniper berry is really good for detoxing that. So if you feel that you have been dragged down, I love juniper berry in that way. I'll put it in that spray bottle and mist it. If you've got a therapeutic grade one, a real pure, pristine essential oil, flavor a glass of water and drink it, and that helps as well because we tend to hold bad emotions and bad energy in our organs, and juniper berry helps on all different levels with that. So I really like it on that way. It's also rumoured that no evil spirit likes the smell of juniper berry, so diffusing it will help to cleanse a space in that kind of way as well. Juniper berry can also help protect us against our own fears. Juniper berry is my favourite oil for diving in and facing our fears, and a lot of the time that stops us from growing and developing. So if you need a bit of protection, need to shove our fears out the way, get that juniper berry. It will protect you from letting yourself get into your own way. Juniper berry helps us dive into the unknown and face whatever we find is scary. That's why it's really good. I've had so much feedback from people that get night terrors at night, and they'll rub it on the soles of their feet and they don't get those night terrors anymore. I will rub juniper berry on my feet and I go into these really deep and dark and vivid dreams that I really like, and it really helps the spiritual exploration. So whenever there's something that kind of, when there's in sick rooms or places that don't feel right, or just when it feels a little bit creepy and eerie, and you just want to kind of cleanse that and feel more comfortable and embrace that and feel empowered in that realm rather than fearful of it, that's when you want your juniper berry. In the diffuser, in a spritzer, on you somehow, or even, as I said before, if it's a therapeutic grade one, which is safe to drink, flavour your water and have a sip that way. Now, when we're thinking of these powerful protective oils, the citruses may not actually come to mind to start off with, but several of them are actually really powerful because they bring in, I guess, an illumination or a light. Now, every citrus oil is different and has a different energy and can be used in different situations and for different capabilities. The one that I wanted to talk to you about today, though, is tangerine. Tangerine is the adventurer's oil. And definitely in the citruses, it awakens the curiosity to get you out of your comfort zone and even to go and explore more. It's really good when you're going traveling and has a tradition of being used, the fruit especially, for protection of the traveller's home as well as the traveller. So, first of all, if you're going away on a journey and you're worried about the well-being of your possessions and your home and that type of thing, try diffusing tangerine essential oil around the space to offer a protection for the whole space. It should be the last thing that goes through the diffuser before you leave for that journey. Now that can be just if you're going away for the day, or if you're going on a holiday for a couple of weeks, say, or something like that. But tangerine also helps on so many levels to protect you, the traveller, when you're going to somewhere that you don't feel comfortable, that is new, and you're feeling a bit wary. First of all, tangerine brings illumination and awareness and helps us to make sure that no one takes advantage of us or we don't do anything stupid in a new environment. It also helps us to be more aware and seize opportunities and to grow in that type of way as well. It also does fend off low vibration energies. The citruses are associated with the sun and illumination, so anything that is dark or has ill intent will often be detracted away from the sweet smell of tangerine as well, whether it be energetically or just someone having maybe some malicious thoughts or ill intent. They might kind of suddenly have a bit of change of attitude. This is a magical way that oils and different things can work as well. So if you're a traveller, what I would recommend is diffuse it around your house before you leave, and while you're traveling, use it regularly. Mist it around you or anoint yourself in it. Just one little thing. Remember, when you're going out during the day with your and going exploring on your travels, Putting citrus oils on our skin makes them photosensitive and more prone to burning, sunburn and so on. So if you're going to do that, maybe wear your tangerine underneath your clothing or just mist it lightly over you and it should be fine at all. Putting it over you at night, of course, will be fine, and that will help to keep on building up your aura and keeping you protected while you continue to journey into unexplored, exciting places around the world. So those are 5 of my favourite oils for protection, and hopefully I've allowed you to see that different oils can be used for different types of protection. Of course, there are many others that also can be used, and if there's a certain one that you've used, share it in the comment section below, and I'll definitely jump on and do another video because I've got a few more in mind as well. Remember that each of the oils that I've explored in this video, I've done another full-length video exploring all the different traits of them. So check out them as well if you'd like to learn a little bit more. Also remember that what is labelled as an essential oil is not always exactly what's on that label. You want to, in your search for working with essential oils, look for pure, pristine, therapeutic grade ones, ideally that have grown in the country where the plant is native to. If you'd like some more help finding some pristine essential oils, my contact details are below, and I'd love to help you out with that. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you've enjoyed it and would like to get notifications of whenever I pop up the next one, make sure you hit the little bell, the subscribe, and get the notifications put on as well. I'm Barralet of Crystal Connections. Thank you for your time. Blessed be.